There are actions that you could take if there is no commitment by your leaders. However, these are likely to be quite challenging. The starting point is to engage directly with the leaders to let them know about the issue and to identify the reasons for their lack of commitment. Is it due to a lack of trust, past experiences with management systems, lack of understanding, conflicting goals, and so on? Once this is done, you can discuss how these identified issues could be addressed and agree upon exactly what leadership and commitment is required for an effective management system going forward. Importantly, make sure that you establish a monitoring and review process to gauge improvement over time.
Without joking about this, start looking for another job. If you're not seeing commitment from the senior management team with regards to compliance, health, safety, environmental quality within your organization, my suggestion is start looking for another job. The reason being is that leadership, as I said, is responsible for setting culture, and also that we know from NASA, from the Challenger, and the various different ship incidents that they had, is that culture kills. If leadership is not committed and they're setting the culture or the barometer for the business, culture kills businesses, and poor culture kills people. So if you're not seeing that level of commitment, and it's unlikely that a subordinate is going to be able to change leadership's particular perception, or it's going to be very difficult, it might be better looking for another organization.
It's important for a leader to understand what the purpose of the management system is. If you say the management system is simply just there so that you can get a certificate on the wall, the likelihood of getting commitment from the leadership team is rare. But if you explain that there can be a huge return on investment from a management system, using case studies as an example, use a small area where an improvement activity was worked on and demonstrated a return on investment. Use that to demonstrate to the leader why this is important, why they need to give you the commitment and support for the resources, the time importantly, to get the management system working the best it possibly can. Also, it's important to recognise sometimes that certificate is really important. And if they don't provide the commitment down into the management team and down in through the workforce, then it's possible that certificate could be lost. It's possible that they may have sanctions against them if you are not complying with your management system and legal obligations. So using case studies as an example, demonstrating a return on investment, more often than not, leaders in an organisation have to, of course, consider the health and safety of their people, but they all often think with a pound or dollar acronym around everything. So it's important to consider, can I demonstrate and get the support by using financial figures?
It's the same thing with the safety. You say no one comes to work to hurt themselves, so no one, in theory, comes to work to do a bad job. So no management team would intentionally want to sabotage a management system, a quality management system, health and safety management system, environmental, information security. The way I look at it is aligning your focus group together. If a management team can agree on the priorities, so no management team would agree that yes, we do want to send out bad quality products, yes, we do want to harm people. None of them would. It's if they don't put enough resources into the management system, if they don't allocate enough time, it's highly likely that they have different focus areas and they have different priorities. It's really understanding their priorities, but also try to relate them to quality and safety. If you can, for example, if their priority is to get the output out and increase the output and get the products out of the door quicker, faster, easier, you can relate that to the quality side of it. You can put some figures on the number of people who are off work because of incidents and say, if we keep people safe, this is the amount of time we're saving on top of keeping everyone safe. If we have less number of quality issues, this is the amount of money we're saving. This is the impact of it on our delivery. So it's really realigning their focus with the quality safety side of it. A lot of times, unfortunately, people look at quality, health and safety, environmental information security as a compliance requirement of the company, and they look at it as, we need to do this just for sake of doing it, whereas having good quality product is just doing good business. Keeping people safe also pays off in terms of culture of the people, in terms of keeping everyone at work, not wasting time, not having downtime on investigating incidents and so on. So realigning your priorities with what the management team thinks is important is quite the key.
As a health and safety quality consultant, over the years, I have had lots of opportunity to talk to people who are the leaders of these systems, management by and large. And the most traction that I've got on this particular topic is not telling them how great they are or anything like that, but is trying to demonstrate the influence that they can have. And that influence can be both positive and, of course, negative. And if you can start to use maybe case studies, it depends on the manager that you're talking to. Some might be more responsive to research, some might be more responsive to human stories. That's just an individual thing. You have to work out the currency of the person that you're talking to. But once you can make them understand that what they do, what they say, and what they support will have a massive influence on the employee commitment and involvement, as well as the success of the management system, then I think they start to take notice, and they might start to just question some of those less desirable behaviours or some of those questionable decisions that can be made sometimes which really don't support the management system. You just need to get them understanding how important they are to this particular aspect of the system.
If there's no commitment from your leadership to your management system, and we do see this happen, management feel they're discharging their duties a little bit by delegating the responsibility for implementing the system to someone within the business, you're really going to have to get a good understanding of Section 5 in the standard, the leadership and commitment requirements. It is a bit confronting for some people when we're in a management system or HSE kind of role, but yet we are going to have to go and engage with our leaders, help them understand what's actually expected out of the standard. You do have a little bit of a lever to say, well, we are going to be audited on some of this. The auditors do expect to see evidence of active involvement by top management. And if it's not there, well, then you can coach your management that this is what's needed. A bit confronting, but at the end of the day, as a system manager, we're going to have to get out behind our desk and go and engage with those kind of people so they fully understand what is required.
So if there's no commitment to the management system from the leaders, you have one of two options. Option one is try and educate them. Option two is you should leave. If the management team are not involved, you can't make them, and you should go somewhere who has a management team that are.
Talk to them. Ask the question. Say to them, you've dictated we do this, but I don't feel that you are engaged in this process. Ask them why. Ask them whether they believe in it. If they can't tell you that they believe in it, ask them why not. Redevelop it. Challenge them. Ask them to be polite, but challenge them.
If you enjoyed this video, click on the link to view the next compliance conversation.